with a?
I thought it was good. I thought it was good for us to get the look that we're going to get or anticipate and seeing from Fordham. We played a lot of guys. So really on the guys that were wearing the white and black jerseys, we kind of feel like those are the guys that are going to fit in 2 Friday nights from now. And we got everybody in the game, played multiple different multiple depths on each special team. So we went the one punt return, then the second punt return, the first kickoff, the second kickoff, just to get those guys some work. And then at the end to practice all the freshmen. And they got to go against each other. It was really fun, I think, for them to be out in front of all their teammates and in front of the few fans and a lot of parents that we had who were here for A-Day parade. So it was fun for them too.
Great.
Just from an offensive perspective today, things looked to be clicking. I mean, the offensive movement. There's not a lot of flags on the field from a pre-snap point of view. Is that an accurate assessment?
Yeah, they better move the ball. I mean, those guys in the gold have been running that defense for 1 week. So we split scouts at the end of last weekend. So Monday we put the guys that we kind of felt were maybe not developed enough or just not quite ready from a mental standpoint on a scout team. And so they serviced as the defense today. So I told the team afterwards, if you don't move the ball against scouts that have been playing the defense for a week, you're going to have trouble moving it against Fordham. And the same for the defense. They should stop those guys. And credit to the Gold offense particularly. They did a nice job of making some plays, particularly in the passing game, and move the ball a little bit. So I was glad for them. I mean, that's a morale boost for them, but not so good for the second defense. So we got to improve there.
What is doing a full scrimmage against a team representing Scout, representing Fordham?
It gets us in a lot of different situations that may come up in a game. We created a couple of situations on the goal line, in the red zone, 1-minute situations. But besides that, you got to make substitutions and have the teams ready. It gets the coaches and the support staff that are on the sideline, the guys keeping guys back behind a certain line, and the trainers and equipment guys all doing their job and kind of preparing for game day, and I think that's valuable from that standpoint as well.
One thing I saw on the defensive end when you were backed up against the goal line, had like a 3-5 look with just the 3 defensive backs. Is that something that just shows the flexibility and how this defense can kind of give multiple looks in different scenarios?
That's a situation probably where we felt like they bored them off to throw it against us, and we're going to rush 3 and drop 8, and it was a long yardage situation, and that's something we've done in the past couple of years. That we're not going to do that every time, but sometimes.
Coach, you had Ahmad Bradshaw play and look good in a number of situations, but I think you had 4 quarterbacks out on the field in addition. Is it important to pick a number 2 quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to if Ahmad went down. I hope Ahmad doesn't get hurt, and then we don't have to worry about it. But if we do, it's going to be Luke or Kelvin, and just frankly, right now, we're not sure which one it's going to be.
On defense, you might say that you're looking at depth, especially maybe at cornerback and inside linebacker. Are you finding players that can fill in if there are injuries you need to put additional players in?
The inside linebacker position, we feel fairly comfortable. I think there's a good group of guys: Washley, Nautical, Christensen, Parker. There's a couple young guys: Aaron Jones, Gavin Bassett, Kieran Douglas. Those guys are all going to grow up pretty quick. I think they're going to be good players too. The corner position's been a little bit of a struggle to keep depth out there, but I think Jalen Sharp has had a really good camp. He's matured. He's much more confident, and I'm excited about watching him play. He's a long, really good athlete, and so he's going to look different. And Javari Bordeaux, who's a freshman, has had a good camp. So I hope we're building some depth. It's gonna take a couple more weeks for us to really sort that out and see who's who. But so far, I'm pleased with at least the way they've developed.
So a lot of good pitch plays out there today. Do you feel like the team has really improved on ball management from a few years ago?
Sure hope so. We put the ball on the ground like we did a couple years ago. It'd be tough to win any games. So we got to take care of the ball. Last year we had 6 games where we didn't turn the ball over, and we won all 6 of them. So that's a huge factor in the game.
And you've got 10 days still to the first game. How do you keep the team ready to play? Looks like they're ready to go right now.
You and I can watch with a little more discerning eye on the film. You'll see there's plenty of things we got to do better. So, thank goodness we got 2 more weeks, and we'll take advantage. Try to be a lot less physical in terms of how many times we get on the ground and block to the ground and tackle to the ground. Those kinds of things as we move closer to the first game. But just prepare the guys to play well fundamentally, and as you said, exchange the ball well. If we can do that, then we'll at least have a chance.
For me, at least, from a personnel standpoint, you guys made some good plays today. Hobbs is one of the guys that stuck out to me. How do you assess that freshman class of guys that's coming in at the same time when they might contribute to pushing the slot back?
He's a guy that definitely has had a good camp. TJ Wisham at the same position. Fred Cooper started out. We were really excited about him the first week, and he hurt his hamstring. He was back in there a little bit today. So those 3 freshmen have impressed us. Peyton Reeder on the offensive line is probably the guy of the freshman offensive line that may factor in. J.B. Hunter's been repping with us some. I'm not sure he's ready yet, but by getting closer, we're probably going to have to play a couple young receivers, Kevin Waits and Cam Harrison. And then on the defensive side, we mentioned Bordeaux. Manuel Ukaligbe, who's a nose guard, is going to factor in there. Yep. I think probably the other positions, at least in the 2 deep, are going to be, for the most part, some of our veteran guys. But I think there's some other guys in the group that are going to come along, that are going to develop. I mentioned Douglas and Aaron Jones and Bassett at inside linebacker. I think all 3 of those guys are going to make a contribution. Keyshawn Wells is a long corner. He's wearing 49 today, and we were really excited about him as an athlete. You don't find many 6'2.5" corners. He moves well. He's got good speed, and so I hope he'll continue to develop. I think he can help us.
Where was Kalen? He looked like fullback and slot back.
Fullback. We moved him to the slot back position the last couple days a little bit, just to start to learn. We'd like to double train him. I think Kalen Holt's one of our best football players. He's our best special teams player and has been for the last 2 years. He's blocked punts, and he's been a big part of kick coverage. And when he made the move last spring to be back, immediately you could see the explosiveness he has, and he's got really good hands. So we got to keep him on the field one way or another. If he's not in a be-back, then hopefully we can put him in the game at slot and continue to play special teams. I think he's really, really valuable.